Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to a great night of championship boxing live from Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We would first like to extend a big thank you to His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, and His Excellency, Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Turkey Al-Sheikh. It is all being brought to you by Sella, Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry, Bob Arams Top Rank Incorporated, and Gimmick. We get things started with 10 rounds scheduled, and it is an international heavyweight contest. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, steward in charge Robin Smith, timekeeper John Smith. Our three judges assigned, all from England, will be Steve Gray, John Latham, and Bob Williams. Our referee in charge will be Lee Every of England. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He comes to the ring wearing black, gray, and white, and weighed in officially at 299.4 pounds. A native of the Democratic Republic of Congo, he is now fighting out of Airdrie, Scotland, and brings a professional record consisting of 19 wins, just one defeat. 14 of his 19 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Martin Bakole. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He comes to the ring wearing white with black and red, and weighed in at 257.1 pounds. Fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, by way of his native country of Cameroon. He has a professional record consisting of 40 wins, 7 defeats, 1 draw, with 28 of his 40 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Carlos Takam.
Okay, lads, when I say stop, you stop boxing. When I say break, take a step back. Keep your hands up, protect yourself full time. Good luck to you both. Good luck.
So we start tonight with Martin Bakole against Carlos Takam. We start outside for the undercard in this smaller arena. Then we'll move inside. 5 heavyweight fights out here. And then we go inside into the Kingdom Arena for the main event. Later on, we'll see Eminem perform. We'll see Fury in the ring with Ngannou. But this is Bakole against Takam. And Martin Bakole, Richie, the first thing you noticed about him yesterday is the fact that he weighed in at 299 pounds. He's 42 pounds heavier than the man he's in there with tonight, Carlos Takam.
Yeah, a bit surprising. You know, in his last contest, I think he was around 280 pounds, so he's nearly 20 pounds heavier than what he was when he fought back in April. He's a big, powerful fella, is Bakole, very, very confident and ranked highly in the world. WBC is number 9, WBA is at number 2, remember, and with the IBF he's number 12. So he's a world-class fighter, and yeah, let's see if he gets the job done tonight, because this could be difficult against Takam.
Takam can be wily, very experienced. He's 42, 40 wins in 48 fights. He's been in with some good men. Both of them have wins on their record over the 2016 Olympic champion Tony Yoka. It's only the 5th time, though, since December 2020 that we've seen Bakole in the ring. Certainly feels, Bakole, that he can mix it with the best in the division, and he has to produce here tonight and start to prove that if he's going to move on. He's originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo and boxes out of Airdrie in Scotland these days, and he's the one, as you'd expect, who's landing the heavier shots in the early stages.
Just feeling out his opponent with that jab, isn't he? I remember watching Bakole spar Anthony Joshua up in Sheffield a couple of times and always give a good account of himself. He's also sparred Dubois, he's also sparred Alexander Usyk, so yeah, he's been around a bit, sparring. Only had the, obviously 20 fights for 1 defeat. But yeah, he's certainly got experience against big men sparring in the gyms.
One thing that Bakole has been saying in the build-up is he plans to try and finish this as early as he possibly can. He has got 10 wins inside the first 2 rounds. He can bang. He's won 19 of 20 as a professional, 14 of them by stoppage. 12 years younger than the man he's in there with tonight. Bakole in the black tartan trunks, the white, red and black of the veteran Carlos Takam.
So you can see that the respect is there from Takam. He knows, he's felt Bakole's power already, so he knows Bakole is a big puncher. So he's got to move that head. See, that's the right tactic there from Takam. If he's going to come forward and close the gap, he's got to do it with fast head movement to avoid the shot as he's actually coming forward.
Bakole happy to stand and wait. You wouldn't expect to see a great deal of movement, would you, from a man weighing 299 pounds? And if the first round's any indication, that's exactly what we're going to get here. A static target, but he's got the power, Richie, when he decides to throw it.
Yes, most certainly. I thought Bakole actually won that round, kept Takam at bay with that jab. But Takam just showing you what he's got to do with the head movement.
Would you think his speed? Nothing else. I don't want to come in. I know that, I know that. Just stay like that. So ping a jab out. But out of time. Not supposed to answer.
Now, boy. Il va laisser droit assis comme ça. Faut poser. Il va monter le mouvement. Une seule personne. Voilà.
Takam, one of the fighters, Richie, chooses to stand up between rounds. 1 or 2 have done it down the ears.
Shows his confidence in his fitness, and he's done his work.
So all set for the second round. This one's scheduled for 10 at heavyweight. The entire card from this point are heavyweight fights, culminating in Tyson Fury against Francis Ngannou inside in the Kingdom Arena. And that's to work out who is the baddest, the battle of the baddest. That's a little bit later on. Takam's been in with the likes of Alexander Povetkin, Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker, Joe Joyce. Bakole's only loss was via stoppage to Michael Hunter at York Hall back in 2018. And we're going to see a fighter a little bit later on called Arslanbek Makhmudov, who I think the general consensus is he's the big secret in the heavyweight division, and Carlos Takam is the only man so far to take in the distance. So even though he's 42, there's still life in there, and of course he's got a wealth of experience as well.
Lots of experience, hasn't he? Yes, been 12 rounds with Joseph Parker, and he's been into the 9th and 10th round of several contests. So yes, experienced. He's fought good opposition, and a cautious start from him. He's obviously just feeling out Bakole, but Bakole's actually boxing a sensible fight in that he's just waiting for Takam to come into range, work with the jab, and then he'll just try to bring him onto the right hand. So it's going to be hard for Takam to actually close that gap, because that jab's just stuck in his face all the time. That's why head movement is crucial, very fast head movement, but also fast feet to get him to close that gap down.
Billy Nelson in the Martin Bakole corner is urging him to move his feet and let his shots go. They're not very happy at all, Richie, by the fact that he's just stood there relatively still in the centre of the ring. They want a bit more movement from their man, and I think a bit more punches thrown, a few more punches thrown, should I say. Yeah,
even like I said before, though, he's just waiting for Takam to come into range, and it's because Takam is not coming forward. And that's why Bakole's probably hesitating a little bit and just waiting. Look, see, he's the much bigger man sitting there waiting. That's not a bad shot there from Takam, so he's got to get close to land that right hand, remember. And at the moment, you have to say, I think that the pace is probably suiting Bakole, and Takam's got to up the tempo a little bit.
Well, you would say it's been a very hot day here in Riyadh. It's cooled down significantly. He just managed to land a little short left hook at the end of that combination, Bakole, just as Takam was on the way out. Closing stages here of the second round of this one. Big left hook thrown by Carlos Takam.
Well blocked though there from Bakole. There's the right hand. He gets up close, so that's not bad from Takam. Good tactics, fast feet, whips that right hand over.
He'll be gaining confidence, Richie, won't he, by the fact that he's been able to land that right hand a couple of times against Martin Bakole. And you would think if he's going to present a static target, it won't take Takam too long to work that out.
Exactly, so that's why Takam has got to quicken up the feet. That wasn't bad there. He actually drew the lead of Bakole and then came back with that right hand. There it was there, look, that's a super shot. Didn't quite catch him clean, but nevertheless, good work there from Takam.
Left hand up. Sell it short, you can have it. Control it. You control it, aye. Okay, just a lot. Alan, quick. Alan.
That's Billy Nelson in Martin Bakole's corner, and two Hall of Fame promoters there, Frank Warren alongside Bob Arum.
And the main man behind them, Roberto Duran there.
It really is.
What a legend.
Yeah, it's a star-studded cast list, and you will see some superstars ringside here as the night goes on. Third round here scheduled for 10 between Martin Bakole and Carlos Takam. And the oohs and ahs as that one landed. That's better from Bakole, doubling up on the left hook and then starting to let the punches go. And maybe just the first signs of distress in there from Carlos Takam, who can't avoid many of these. He's got the clubs high. They're bouncing off the top of his head with their painful shots, and that left hook got through.
Yes, Bakole's going through the gears here. That's not bad also from Takam. But yes, just an injection of pace there from Bakole, but Takam comes back at him. This is much better though, isn't it? Toe-to-toe stuff here.
Excellent response from Takam, because he started off the round so impressively, Bakole. But as we said, the punches was bouncing off the top of Takam's head, and he's come back now, and he's the one on the front foot. Great response.
Yes, and Takam just weathered that storm a little bit, hasn't he? And so he's actually getting closer to Bakole now. Both boxers here taking the risks, aren't they? They're in punching range, mid-range power shots, and Takam's landing with his own punches now also.
Shaking the head from Bakole, but he's got his back to the ropes at the moment, and Carlos Takam with his head on his chest, although Bakole trying to let the punches go, despite the fact he's on the ropes as he is.
Yeah, he's taking a risk here, Bakole. Although he looks confident, he's actually smiling. But, you know, he's got his back on the ropes. His target is full on to Takam. And Takam, this is what Takam wants. This is the type of contest he also wants. So, yeah, he's taking risks here.
Well, the referee, Lee Every, happy for them to fight where they are. Little combination there from Bakole. Maybe Takam's turn to take a breather. Back he comes again with a left hook.
Big shots going in from both boxers here. And Bakole just keeping his eye on Takam all the time. But Takam himself has got to concentrate and try and land a shot. But Bakole's landing the better punches on the inside.
Yeah, really good uppercut that got through, and Takam concerned by that. Bakole starting to open up again, and Takam's a sitting duck at the moment. Really good work from Bakole, who's turned it round, and Takam wobbling in there at the moment. Martin Bakole looking to tighten the screw, but Takam came back. Bakole again. Heavy shots landing right above our commentary position. Two big men letting everything go.
Yeah, big hooks going in for Bakole. And Takam, can he weather this storm? That's the big question. Just holding on for dear life there, but Bakole, good exchange of shots. What a super left uppercut that was from Bakole.
Well, there's the end of a round that was so significantly different to the first round and the second round. Both of them standing toe-to-toe and firing away. Great round. And here's Fabio Wardley, who's going to be fighting David Adelaide tonight for the British title. That's the chief support. That's the fight directly before we see Tyson Fury against Francis Ngannou. And there is David Adelaide, who's been confident all week, Richie. He's been talking the talk. Tonight's the night to walk the walk.
Yeah, a real 50-50 fight, isn't it, between them two? But here, what a cracking round that was for this fella.
Well, let's have a look at some of this action from the third round, which was explosive at times.
Yes, this was right from the word go, wasn't it? So his corner have obviously told him to up the tempo, and he certainly did here. Hooks, uppercuts going in also from Bakole, but the right hook there, that was a super punch from him, and he just maintained that pressure then throughout.
Well, Takam's a fighter who's always given his money's worth in there. He took Joe Parker 12 rounds. He went into the 10th with Povetkin and Joshua. Took rounds off Makhmudov, who we talked about earlier tonight. And he felt the full force of Martin Bakole's power in the third round. I mean, my only question, Richie, with Bakole tonight is at 299 pounds, how can he sustain the attacks and can he keep throwing the punches? Although Takam is wobbling here at the start of the fourth. He's on wobbly legs, extremely wobbly legs. Bakole can sense the finish. Accurate punches going in, and he's just walking Takam down in there.
He started this round the way he finished it, Bakole, on that front foot, coming forward, very confident indeed. Couple of shots there from Takam, got home, but nevertheless, Bakole seems to be a man with a mission here, coming forward, wants the knockout, wants to do it in style against a very experienced opponent.
Really good shot. Carlos Takam is on very wobbly legs. He's got the look of a man who, Bakole can land a really solid one. He might just bring an end to proceedings, looking to try and get that hook, stroke uppercut through. Takam in full defence mode at the moment.
Yeah, missing wildly there with that right hand over the top. Bakole, I think he's looking for the finish here. He's just walking Takam down. Big shot again went in there from Bakole.
Of course, the extra weight brings with it extra power. These are extremely solid shots from a very big heavyweight in there, and full credit to Carlos Takam for taking as many as he has.
Yeah. Just on the outside, he's just trying to get vital seconds where he can try and recover.
One observation would be, Richie, is that the legs aren't getting any more solid. They've been wobbly now for quite some time.
Yeah, you're just waiting for another big shot on you from Bakole. Takam just staying on the outside, trying to keep his distance from... Oh,
great body shot, super body shot. Bakole digs it in and lands another one. More distress for Carlos Takam. Is he about to go? Another body shot. He's not enjoying those whatsoever. Bakole can sense the finish, and he steps in. He stopped it. He stopped it. Blood on the face of Carlos Takam. The referee had seen enough, and the onslaught was continuing from Martin Bakole, who wins again. It's a stoppage win for the big man from the Congo, who fights out of Scotland these days, and he's really enjoyed that one.
He wanted to look impressive tonight, Martin Bakole, and he certainly has. Started off cautiously, but then he upped the pace. He listened to his corner, and he got to his opponent, and he caught Takam with left hooks, right hooks, left hooks to the body. They were superb.
In fairness to him, he's a great showman as well. He's always got plenty to say, always exudes confidence, and his little celebratory jig at the end of it there shows just how much he's enjoyed himself here in Riyadh tonight. And I think everybody who saw that fight thoroughly enjoyed it. Two big men standing there toe-to-toe, and Martin Bakole, the one who lasted longer.
And didn't he look confident the way he did it? Especially from the third round onwards. Once he had a bit of he must have had a bit of a roasting in that corner, because the corner, when he came out, he seemed to be a different fighter on the front foot, going forward, and really opened up and had a look of confidence. And it was his variation, the hooks, and then that big left hook to the body that really hurt Takam.
I think he listened to the message, didn't he, from Billy Nelson in the corner, because halfway through the second round he was shouting, look, move your feet, throw more shots. He obviously repeated the message between rounds, and he came out in the third round, Richie, an entirely different fighter.
Yeah, totally different. The first couple of rounds, as if he was just on a scouting mission, just looking at his opponent and keeping it at range and not taking any risks. From the third round onwards, he was a totally different boxer indeed, on that front foot, looking for power shots, and he certainly caught Takam with some crackers indeed. Let's have a look at here. Goes forward, there's a big body shot coming up. There it is there. What a punch that was. And Takam there, as you could see, he felt that one. He was hurt with that shot. Fair play to him. He didn't actually go down, and he tried to get through it. So a tough man. But the pressure kept coming from Bakole. That right hand over the top. The referee jumped in. I think the corner were actually coming in with the towel anyway, but let's have a look at this final finish there. That's a super punch indeed. So good variation, great power, and a good stoppage.
Just checking on Carlos Takam in there at the moment, the medical team. That is a wonderful body shot from Martin Bakole. Didn't throw too many to the body, but when he switched to the body late in the fight, that's what paid dividends, and that's what led to the stoppage.
It was a super stoppage, wasn't it? It was a perfect left hook, and Takam was concentrating on the trying to block the right hands that were coming out his way. Then he switches the left hook to the body. What a power shot that was, and it did the business.
Just waiting here to get the official result. Martin Bakole's been in Carlos Takam's corner just to make sure that he's okay. What about the future for him, Richie? Because he's spoken about fighting against Deontay Wilder. He's spoken about being in there with Alexander Usyk, Martin Bakole. I don't think he's going to duck anybody. Whether he's going to get the shot, we'll wait and see, but he certainly wants it.
He certainly does, and you know he's WBC number 9, WBA number 2, so he's just got to bide his time. If Tyson Fury wins tonight and the big fight comes with Usyk, remember, when you get an undisputed champion, there's 4 then mandatory challenges that you have to look out for. So normally an undisputed champion, he may give one of those titles, and then Martin Bakole certainly will be in line somewhere along the line. He'll be in that next group of heavyweights that are looking for that title shot at some stage.
How good a win is it for him against Carlos Takam, based on the fact that Takam took Mahmoud off the distance, and Bakole's gone in there tonight and got him out there in good fashion?
You know, it's a tremendous win. Takam is 42 years of age, but this was the last roll of the dice for Takam, and certainly Bakole has done it in style, the way he did it. I thought he'd come in a little bit heavy, we both said that, but nevertheless, he's done the business, and it was the confidence that he did it with. A good performance tonight from Bakole.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 2 minutes, 15 seconds of round number 4. Our referee in charge, Lee Every, stops the contest. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout, Martin Bakole.